Okay, in this video, we're going to run a very basic display ad campaign. We're not even going to make our own banner. We're going to use Google AdWords built-in banner maker. So here we are. We're going to click on the red campaign button once we're in our AdWords account, and we're going to click Display Network Only. Next thing I'll do is I'll click Visit to my website as the objective. I want to get people to click my website. And I'm going to call this Foreclosure Display. I'm going to do a campaign that drives traffic to a foreclosure list on my IDX site. Which locations do you want to target or exclude in your campaign? In this case, I want to keep it so my display ads are only showing locally to people who are searching here. When I was doing search ads and people were searching from other parts of the country in my market, that's okay. But I want to make sure that since it's going to be a banner ad, that they actually live in the area already and will have a chance to work with me. So I'm going to choose St. Petersburg, Florida, right here. And that'll reach about 534,000 people across Google's display ad network. Plenty eyeballs there. My budget, we'll start at about 20 bucks a day. See how this thing does. Click Save and Continue. And my landing page URL is going to be the foreclosure search on my IDX website. That is the quickest place to send somebody to make sure you have a site that passes Google's sniff test with respect to quality on your site. So if you have a good IDX search site, send them to the results for a specific search, and that's going to be your quickest path to getting conversions. Now you can get a little more sophisticated, of course, and build dedicated landing pages and maybe get a little bit better conversions, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to drive traffic to my foreclosure list landing page, all the current foreclosures. Now I can target my ads based on related sites and keywords if I want to get really focused. But I found a shortcut is to pick this interest in remarketing. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to only show my ads on sites that are kind of related to real estate automatically. Google's pretty smart. So it'll probably end up showing my ad maybe even on sites like Realtor and Zillow if they're running Google ads, which would be cool. But anything that's generally related to real estate, residential properties, mortgage, I'm going to add all these. And basically what it's saying is that people in my local market, now that I pick St. Pete, who are on sites like this, will then see my ad. Let AdWords automatically find new customers in this next section. I'll leave that right there. Click Save and Continue. I forgot to click my cost per click. I'm going to put $1.25. Display, I've found, and this might not always be the case, but that you can get clicks for about 50 cents to $1 a piece. So I'm going to set that at $1.25. You might have to play with that in your market to figure out where that number is going to come in. Click Save and Continue here. And now what I can do, and what I'm going to do is create my creatives, okay? And you're going to fumble here. I know I'm going to fumble here because it's always different every time I do this. But you've probably seen these ads. You see this where I'm circling my cursor. This is the native display ad builder, and you can build an ad here that doesn't require you to have any fancy graphics. And I've seen a lot of businesses doing this, and I've personally gotten pretty good click-through off these ads. So if you want to get a display ad live quick, we can just do St. Pete foreclosures for the short headline. See a full current list of bank-owned foreclosures in St. Pete, Florida now. That's my long headline. And then bank gov owned distressed properties. You can play with this too. It's going to build my ad on the fly as you see it in the right side. See the list now. There we go. I like to have a call to action in my text. So see the list now. Business name. That will be Zurching. My site name. Terabella Realty. Too many characters, so I'll just go with Terabella Realty. Okay, my final URL is there. And that is more or less what my ad will look like. Okay, and I will say you can get much more sophisticated, upload your own images, do all kinds of fun stuff here. But this will be what my ad looks like. You could even play with the view ad ideas here if you want and get some other stuff. But to get a display ad live fast, there you go. So I'm going to click Done. And if I want, I'll show you, I could create another ad. Sorry, they are requiring an image now. So I need to go ahead and I can use the free library here from Google, and they want me to use an image. So I could use stock images, I can upload my own. I'll just use this one. They somehow picked a foreclosure looking property intelligently. Maybe they left that off the site. Save. And if I want, I could also upload a logo. And you'll see what it's doing here is it's showing me previews, I believe, in the right side of what the ad will look like. That's pretty cool, huh? So, kind of built it on the fly. Okay. So now I can go ahead and save my ads. Okay, and if I wanted to, I could create more and split test them against each other. But basically, in another video, I'll show you the results of this, and we'll work on, in the display network section here, taking it from here and getting a little more sophisticated with respect to images, ad copy, and specific examples. But that's the basics. At this basic display ad campaign, now my ads will show on sites that carry Google's display network, which is a lot of sites, and a lot of eyeballs will start to see my ad and get me clicks to my website on Google's display network.